Hey guys, the name is Kris Barocsi. Welcome to comment time number 3. If you want to check out timestamps and all sorts of gear infos, check out the video description and also hit subscribe and ring the bell if you feel like it's fun watching these videos. Let's get right into it. The first comment is from Philip Joyce. He commented on my first comment time video. He would love to see an aux versus cab video. I've mentioned this in the video that I'm totally cool with shooting a video like that, comparing my aux setup and recording setup with miking my Morgan cab. That is absolutely going to happen very soon. I scheduled it already, I just didn't get to actually shoot it. And things just got a little more complicated because Universal Audio brought out this latest version for the aux, which is like 1.2, I think it's version 1.2, which includes 5 new cabs and foot switchability and all those things, which I've tried the new cabs and they are ridiculous, so I definitely want to show a bit of that too. So my simple plan, which takes a lot of time because I also have to mic the cab and everything, which is a lot more preparation, obviously, just got even more complicated because I definitely want to include the new cabs as well, because I am so going to use one of the new ones. Which one? You'll find it out in that video coming soon. The second comment came under my "What is a boutique amp?" video. It's from Warrior of Genghis Khan. And he told, boutique is BS marketing talk that people use to hype up or justify the cost of a product. We are spoiled, all of us guitar players are spoiled by fairly affordable or really cheap gear coming out of, Asia, China mostly. That we get a very nice tube amp for 300 euros or such, maybe 600 euros. That's never been the case before, before this whole madness with Asian mass production started. So these things are as cheap as, as it gets. If you want to have something that's properly built and all the components are good quality and you want it to be reliable for 30 years or longer, maybe as long as you play guitar, those will cost way more. If you go for something that's top level, top notch, high quality stuff, it will cost 10 times more than usual average quality stuff or lower quality stuff. If you go for a Porsche, a Ferrari, don't expect those to cost as much as mass produced small compact car. But you will also get way more for your money. So it's just the thing. It's not necessary to get high quality amps and pedals, because affordable things will also sound very good and, will do the job probably. I want these people to have their life, their success, their stability and everything. And I want them to only focus on making awesome stuff and don't cut costs, just for saving money. While producing these things. I want them to be awesome. I want the makers to have success and being able to make a living. We're paying for something that takes way longer than mass-produced stuff to be built and have way more expensive stuff inside than the cheapo stuff out of Asia. So calling these overpriced and just, marketing term and whatever, that is so not the case, really. Okay, a little bit of history. Mark Ferguson, little too hard edge with the red and the black, otherwise very slick job. For whatever reason, have heard it was because they chose better bodies for sunburst and or because the graduated from black edge offered a good primer color surface. Fender often chose these for limited and custom paint jobs. Instead of actually relicing, it can be a good option to just spray a couple of semi-gloss coats over such a base and just naturally let it wear through. Both much less work and a genuine versus a faked relic. Yeah, so the first part of the comment was the hard edge with the red and black and everything. I was sort of forced to make this edge a little too hard with the red color because of those little drops on the finish, all the mistakes I did in the previous episode. The second part was the history part. I'm not sure, maybe you're right. You know, I mean, we don't get the chance to ask Leo what's up, you know, how it was. All I've heard is that they like the standard color was sunburst. That's a fact for Strat at least. So they started, you know, producing a couple of guitars and finished them probably, and then some custom orders came in, and instead of not using the sunburst body, you know, and making a new one for that guy or lady or whoever ordered the custom color, they just painted the sunburst one because, and that I know for a fact, Leo Fender was not a big fan of wasting materials. So he was, you know, that's why he didn't just make new decals when back when with the Tellies he was not allowed to use the Broadcaster name anymore. They just, you know, cut off the Broadcaster and then it was just saying Fender on the decal. He just wanted to use everything he had and didn't want to throw away probably hundreds of decals, you know, in his stash. So I think it was the same thing with the custom colors, which I find really cool, by the way, and a bit rock and roll too. Like, whatever, you know, just paint it over. That's sort of cool. A little badass too. But maybe you're right. I'm not sure, Mark. So whatever. If you're right, cool. Thanks for the story. And the third part is a guitar like this would never see any relic job, you know, or my Telly. All the wear on my Telly, it looks messed up really, but that's just playing. Or my Les Paul or my Junior, you know, these are my main guitars. I would not relic these guitars ever, you know. I wouldn't touch it with a scraper, whatever, knife, nothing at all. But since I'm not a bass player and I only use the bass to record bass lines for my videos whenever I'm recording sort of a song sample or like a, you know, a short piece of music, it was just something that's fun. You know, I don't go on stage with it. It's not something that will be associated with me. Well, maybe it will, but you know, that's not the plan. So, you know, that's just a bass I have and I love it. And I can refinish it if I don't like the relic on it at one point. But I wanted to try it out and I find it just visually really cool. That's just me, I don't know. And it was a huge project, a fun project, you know, and you guys loved it and I'm stoked. I'm so happy. And yeah, so that's why I reliced it. I have the video, all of these videos actually in the description box. So if you want to check those out, there are the links. This came from the Guitar Electric. Kris, wow, love the way that bridge pickup sounds. He's talking about the Tele bridge pickup in my Strat. So many people complain about the brashness of the bridge pickup on a Strat, but I really think you just come up with a great idea. I have a spare Tele pickup. I think I'm gonna stick it on a Strat pickguard and see what happens. Great playing, by the way. Thanks for the great video. First of all, thank you very much for the compliment. I really, honestly, thank you. And the second thing is, having a Tele pickup in the bridge position of a Strat is one of the coolest things ever that I discovered. There's one issue though, And that is, well, not a big one, but something you should be aware of. Tele pickups will not fit into the routing of the pickguard, so you will have to make that hole for the bridge pickup a little wider, definitely. Also very important to note, and that's even a bigger issue, that you will have to reroute the body for the tele pickup. Doesn't matter if your guitar has a humbucker routing. My STRAT body does, this one, because it's a year 2000 American Standard body, which were all routed for HSH, so humbucker, single humbucker. And I thought like, easy, you know, in a humbucker routing. The bridge pickup is obviously, for you, it's like in this angle, like this, and the lower corner is just too wide. So I did have to sort of route a little triangle in the body in order to make the tele pickup fit. This came under my King of Tone versus Prince of Tone video. Ivan Carlos Santiago. Whatever the difference is, it is not worth the difference in money. Yeah, of course, if you're objective, it's not worth, you know, the difference is so small, it's not worth any extra money or the extra time, you know, waiting for it. But I don't care what it takes to get 2% or 5% better tone. If it inspires me more, I will do whatever it takes to get there. It's probably stupid and just I'm overdoing this whole thing. The King of Tone had something. The first moment I plugged it in, I knew I don't care. You know, if it was 2,000 euros, I would pay 2,000 euros for it. I would have to wait years, not only because of the waiting list, but also because of, you know, saving up all that money. But I would pay without hesitating, whatever it takes. It all just depends on what's more important for you. Is it more important for you to not spend a lot of money on something, or you know, can you afford anything? Then you'll buy anything. It's easy for you then. Or you just have to save up long, but it doesn't matter because the goal, you know, everything is so in focus and you know exactly what feels right, and that is more precious than anything else. That might be just me, I don't know, but I don't pay attention to what these things cost. Not because I can afford everything. That's unfortunately not the case at all. That's how possessed I am with tone, I guess. I don't know, that's probably not healthy. If I'd ask my wife, she would say like, you are nuts. And she's probably right. But I don't care because that's just what keeps me motivated, and that's way more interesting for me than what it costs. You know, if it's cheap, well, that's even better. If that thing that I need or want is expensive, then it takes a long time to get it. Corey Clark, and he wrote this under my "Is the King of Tone Worth the Hype?" video. How does Wampler's Pantheon fare in comparison? Thoughts? I knew about the pedal, you know, on the day it came out because it's a bluesbreaker type of pedal, and that's my favorite kind of overdrive. So I've tested it immediately, and you know, it was settled. That was our main overdrive pedal from that day on the Thomann Guitars and Basses channel. So I know that pedal very good, and I never compared it to my King of Tone, and I will do it. That's gonna be an interesting video. It's coming up probably in the near future. I didn't schedule it yet, but it will happen. If you guys have any questions or anything you want to share, use the comment section. I enjoy reading all those comments and reacting to them. It's awesome. I have to say that our little community here is just rocking it. Really, it's a lot of fun. So you guys take it easy. Subscribe, ring the bell, and you know, you can like this video if you liked it. Thank you very much. See you very soon. Cheers.